Nikola Tesla is one of the most important pioneers in the field of electricity. Throughout his life, however, the ingenious inventor, engineer, and physicist was seen as a misunderstood genius who lived in the shadow of his more prominent research colleagues.
She's a lonely girl in a lonely world. She don't know who to trust. 'Cause these bitches be hating and these niggas be fake. Now she feeling outdated, but she met a real player that's gonna treat her nice. She's a lonely girl in this lonely world. What it is, family? Today gonna be a little different. I got two little quick videos for y'all, right? One of these videos was recommended. It's a video called Nikola Tesla Predicted the Future of 2025. If you don't know who Nikola Tesla is, he was this famous, very intelligent pioneer for electricity, right? He came up, well, I'm gonna put in around quotations because I don't know if he came up with these theories on his own or what. But they say he came up with these theories with electricity that would really change the world. Like, the things he was trying to do was way ahead of his time. Or that's what we would think. So he was planning on, I don't know if they're going to say this in this video or not. I ain't watched this video yet. Maybe, I don't know. I probably watched this video a long time ago. I don't really know. I don't think I did. But basically, his plan was to supply wireless energy to the entire planet. Wireless electricity. Like lights. Like all that shit. Like he was trying to do that back then. Okay? So the reason why they would say he ahead of his time, because, alright, what we got now? The Tesla cars. Why do you think the Tesla cars are called Tesla, and why do you think they're electric? Okay, it's self-explanatory, right? That's how much of an impact he made, right? But he had went bankrupt. So he couldn't even completely do the project he wanted to do, right? I think it's because his competition didn't want him to build something that would make them obsolete. So that's what I think. I think his competitors fucked him over. And that's why we fucking using gas cars. Period. I'm gonna watch this. And Elon Musk is the owner of Tesla, right? You think he don't know about Nikola Tesla? Of course, right? So look, let's just get into this. Let's see what they got to say. I feel a certain way about scientists. Albert Einstein, all of them. I feel a certain way about them that the general public probably don't. So I just don't like to say too much. Let's watch the video and let's get it on, baby. Appreciate y'all for coming by. If you new, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you fuck with the video, man. That's it. That's it, and share it. That's it.
Nikola Tesla is one of the most important pioneers in the field of electricity. Throughout his life, however, the ingenious inventor, engineer, and physicist was seen as a misunderstood genius who lived in the shadow of his more prominent research colleagues. Though in modern times, we still feed on those breathtaking ideas and inventions that Nikola Tesla once launched. This gifted master of his trade laid the foundations for...
They say he was a misunderstood genius. That's just another proof that he was ahead of his time. You feel me? He was ahead of his time. Was he really ahead of his time? Maybe not. Maybe they just wanted to control the times. That's what I think.
the alternating current network, remote control, neon tubes, and electric motors, among other things. No less exciting than the countless scientific milestones that Tesla achieved are the predictions that the genius made about the future. In some interviews, the pioneer of the electrical world drew an image of the future.
Hey, if it's some of y'all that really like the scientific side of this stuff, we can I'll go do a video about the Tesla coil. Shit, I'll make a Tesla coil on the video. But I don't know if y'all into that type shit.
That leaves us completely baffled due to the accuracy of his predictions. In today's video, we'd like to explore several of Tesla's predictions that have ultimately come true. Some of these you won't believe. But before we get into it, be sure to hit that like button and ring the smartphones. Could you imagine a life without smartphones these days? In fact, you may be watching today's video on one right now. These small devices enrich our everyday life in a wide variety of areas, regardless of whether it's calling friends.
I told y'all some serious information in this video, bro. I hope that didn't just go past y'all head.
Taking photos or surfing the internet. All these useful functions are just a touch away with a device that can easily fit into any ordinary pocket.
The Hebrews created history as we know it.
What's absolutely normal for us nowadays was a far-off future scenario in the first half of the 20th century, an idea that simply didn't fit in with the technology.
And let me speak on this title of this video. It wouldn't be hard for somebody like Nikola Tesla to predict the future because he was in cahoots with people that was directly in the industry. He was in cahoots with people who basically made him go bankrupt. So he was on the electric move, right? But it's people in the gas industry that want gasoline fuel to be the main thing instead of the electric cars. He went bankrupt. He couldn't even do what he was trying to do, right? But he was in cahoots with his competitors. They probably exchanging ideas. I did some research on this already, so I already know that they was talking and stuff. I already know. So if he already know how the industry working, what the industry doing, what the kind of moves they making in the industry, then the industry dictates what we do, bro. You got an iPhone because the industry. You got a car because the industry. You go to the gas station because the industry. You had no choice in none of that. You didn't say I want a gas station there. You didn't say I wanted cars to be manufactured. You didn't say, you had no choice in none of that, right? Somebody like Nikola Tesla is talking to niggas that is in control of these decisions. It's so easy for him to predict the future. They literally puppeteering the future. They planning the future. Of course they can predict it. If everything go right, it's going to go like they say for them. Like you get what I'm trying to say? So it's not this magical thing. Oh, he predicted. No, bro. And if you really want to just go general, if you want to predict the future, just look at the past. History repeats itself. We had a pandemic lockdown. If you want to know what's going to happen next, look at the past. What happened in the last pandemic lockdown?
That was available at the time. The prediction that Nikola Tesla made in an interview in 1926 is therefore all the more astonishing. When asked how he thought the world of communications and technology would develop, this genius described a detailed scenario that practically perfectly reflects today's.
Why wouldn't he know? He was one of the main pioneers puppeteering this shit. Why wouldn't he know? If he was going to put wireless energy on the whole planet, if he was thinking that far ahead, bro, come on, bro. Like, let's be real, bro.
Reality. Tesla said that in the future, people would be networked with each other through wireless communication technology. According to this, people would be able to communicate with each other at any time of the day after a period of about 100 years, even if they were separated by a distance of thousands of kilometers. The means of communication will be so perfectly worked out that despite this enormous distance, people would have the feeling of speaking face to face. The equipment that would be used for this would be so handy that they could easily fit in a man's pocket. If we compare this precise prediction with our actual reality, we realize once again how far ahead of his time Nikola Tesla was. Not only did Nikola Tesla make an accurate prediction about the future of telephone communications, he even offhandedly predicted the arrival of Apple's FaceTime calling system. Nikola directly referenced the idea of being able to speak to someone face to face. If you were to even suggest this idea to someone who lived just 30 or 40 years ago, they would have looked at you as if you were completely insane. However, Tesla accurately predicted the arrival of this technology nearly 100 years before it was released to the public. WLAN, or Wireless Local Area Network. When Tesla revealed his ideas and predictions about what the world would be like when everyone had access to a smartphone, he also explained his prediction.
So let me just explain something real quick. The top secret stuff that like that be in the military, that only the military got. The equipment they got is the equipment they have is way more futuristic than what we have. Okay? So the stuff we be getting later down the years is not even new, bro. Like the technological development is way beyond the iPhone. We just are so hyped up on the iPhone because everybody is a consumer and just takes what is given to them. But I'm just trying to explain how him even thinking like that at that time was not that far-fetched. For he was in the mix. He knows information that the average person don't know, bro. Like, he knows way more shit than the average person will not know ever. Because he's literally, I can't explain it any more better than that, bro.
About how these phones would communicate with one another, explaining his idea behind a universal wireless communication system. In detail, Tesla was certain at the time that the wireless receivers of his era would soon be replaced by much more sophisticated machines. According to this theory, practically all types of reception interference would be eliminated in the future, which means that thousands and thousands of receivers and transmitters can be operated without any problems. In the same breath, Tesla also took a look at the development of classic print media. In doing so, this genius suggested that newspapers would no longer be delivered directly to households in the distant future, but rather that they could be printed out right away at home. While this prediction may not have been entirely accurate, we do technically read news from our own homes, and the majority of us do not have newspaper subscriptions. Instead, we read the news on our phones, tablets, or computers. Tesla was also familiar with the principle of modern smart homes as early as the 1920s. The clever wireless technology would make managing your own household much easier. A look at the reality of our lives shows that the inventor was right here too. Nowadays, smart home technology is commonplace. Just think about it. In today's world with voice assistants like Amazon and Google Home, we can do anything we want without lifting a finger. You can easily just state your command aloud and a tiny computer will do the hard work for you. This may involve turning on your bedroom lights, changing the channel on a television.
All this involves electricity, what Nikola Tesla was into. So all this correlates with what he was into.
Or viewing your security cameras around your home. It's as simple as just speaking what you would like to happen, the exact way that Tesla dreamed it. Wireless energy
Do you want to play video games all day and not have to report to some boss who tells you when to work, when not to work? Well, there's a way to do that. If you can write at a third grade level, which if you can play video games...
Transmission. If you follow Tesla's predictions, one day it might even be possible to transport energy using wireless transmission paths. Should we succeed in reaching this technological milestone, it would be a real revolution in the field of energy generation. Nikola Tesla worked diligently to make this fascinating means of energy transportation a reality. Over the course of this research, the so-called Wardenclyffe Tower, which was built in 1901, was finally built. In detail, it was a 57-meter-high radio tower made of wood, the dome of which was 20 meters in diameter. Tesla officially sold this project to its financier,
It's a project I was talking about that he couldn't finish.
J.P. Morgan, as a state-of-the-art
He was one of the people I was talking about. He was in cahoots with.
radio transmitter. However, the genius secretly planned to make the tower a fully functional prototype of the Tesla transformer. The ingenious invention was used to generate high-frequency alternating voltage. By using these Tesla coils, it would ultimately be possible to supply the entire Earth with electrical energy. However, when Morgan got wind of the actual function of the Wardenclyffe Tower, he stopped his financial support. The differences between the extremely wealthy private banker and the scientist ultimately resulted in the final separation of the two parties, with them ending their partnership together after J.P. Morgan believed Tesla to be a madman. Thus, the tower that should have revolutionized the realm of power.
I'm gonna end the video right here. So what I think happened was they didn't really think he was a madman. They thought he was onto something amazing and didn't want him to, like I said, make them obsolete, put them out of business. Because what he would have did would have revolutionized the world. It would have changed the world. It would have gave a lot of people more freedom than what we do now have now. Think about it. If he actually made something like that possible, most likely the entire world would be supplied with free energy. You probably wouldn't have to have an energy bill and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that would have changed so much. And like you heard just now, he pulled out his funds with him because he thought he was insane. Left your high and dry, bro. Left your high and dry. It's wicked out there. But yeah, that's that, bro. My thoughts on Nikola Tesla. I think that he is way more hyped up than he should be, honestly. I think Albert Einstein is too. That's just my opinion, bro. That's just my opinion. I got a valid reason why I think those opinions, but let's get into this next part of these videos. I'm gonna make it a separate video though, so I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Stay solid, meditate, and vibe high.